I don't make a dime from these YouTube videos. Most of them I just make for fun. But these ones, especially the ones I made recently, like the one on Dr. Umar or this one I'm about to make concerning the situation with Corey Holcomb, including one that recently came up. This ain't about making money or even gaining visibility on YouTube. This one, I'm sorry, this, for me personally, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Some more footage just came up from some of his past ones, and then there's one in particular that really is disturbing, and it's concerning Corey Holcomb. Excuse me. Well, Okie. Yeah, he is Okie. It's concerning him talking about freeing R. Kelly. And I'll let you see that one for yourself. But that's why I put the parental up before this video started. Because honestly, this is really disturbing. And we need to quit acting like this is adorable. Because for me, at least to me, it's not. Or that it's just jokes, but don't know, they're almost 60. Well, really, nobody of any conscience of any age should be doing this. But I could see, like, say, younger folks doing that. Because they think it's just jokes and games. They don't realize how much damage and how you're making yourself look until much later. But certainly no grown man. Because, like I said, I'm 51. Corey's like 59. He's only like 8 years older than me. And acting like this, no almost 60-year-old grown man need to be acting like this. But anyway, enough of my talking. Let's get to the video. And I'm warning you one last time. The stuff you're gonna hear, kind of creepy and disturbing.
I can't crack any jokes.
Unless it was a party.
Come here, boy, let me show you how to.
I don't think
Is that a good thing to do?
No.
Because my son is coming to town this week. He's 16. Should I take him somewhere?
What? No.
Got these bathhouses out here?
Are you
Get
serious?
his ass washed by a
I don't think
At
so.
16?
No, I don't think so. Unless
Just
he's
relax and let it happen, boy.
No, if he was 18, maybe.
Crying a little bit.
What's that 16-year-old kid look when they getting their ass washed by a
Yeah,
grown
they
man?
Uh-oh.
Let us scrub you.
Or you
Wait,
stop
squirming.
You looking at you, you be like this.
He's
It hurt.
crying, he's sniffling?
Anybody want to talk about that?
I didn't
Wait,
hear the
what?
question.
We're just gonna...
Any of the you with their kids saw you naked or something?
No. No, never.
It was an accident, but it
Almost.
happened.
Yeah, I had almost.
One day the kids walked in the room and me and the mama was under the cover naked, and then one of the little girls got under the cover and was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah."
I'm in here too. How old was the little girl?
Probably about 9.
Oh, she wasn't that young.
She saw why her mama ain't charging me no rent.
He was like 3 or something. She was like, "Mommy."
Say to that little 16-year-old girl who was arguing with me, "You born to lose, bitch. You're gonna lose. I can tell how you are. I'll be there when you lose too.
Can you imagine if this sitting there like,
I'm gonna find your back page handle and I'm gonna get at you, goddammit." When you sodomize a little boy, but it make a different sound too.
No, don't.
Tell you something, America, guess what? Guess what, America? All you dumb who ain't never left the hood. I understand why you feel the way you feel, because Master taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this is fair game at all these ages that is talking about right now. A bitch been on this earth 15, 16 years.
he's ready to...
Well, that doesn't make it okay. What the
We're
heck
not
are
saying
y'all
it's
talking
okay.
about? Please
I'm not saying it's
clarify.
okay.
Well, please clarify.
But a lot of these women are children.
I am clarifying. I'm saying in America, you are limited to think that you gotta wait for a hoe to be 18 for it to be something that's right in your mind. But do the research on these other countries and find out when grown can put grown hoes. You'll find out. See, me personally, I would never f with a bitch who mind ain't developed.
Well, that's why they have an age.
But wait, let me say this. Let me say this. Other places of the world, you can grow with her. You can mold her mind or whatever y'all gonna do where y'all ain't got the influence of whacking United States. Because you understand in the United States of America, a say you did something, and depending on who the is, that's no.
I hear you on that one, but at the same time, the maturity factor, see, I think you like the fact that in those countries they can marry somebody like that because they don't know what they're doing. You just said that these girls
who don't know what they're doing.
Those girls that young, so the guy's gonna, you just said they can grow together. You already know what you're talking about. So
hey, I know some people where the dude had to get permission to get married to the daughter, and they are still together. It worked. Yeah.
We get pulled in.
Somebody say I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is perfect. What? Hey, I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is a perfect, you can have the healthiest baby you can have with somebody like that.
That's their statistics.
I said that. If you know anything about human anatomy, that's what I'm talking about. I said, in America, if a girl is 18 or under 18, then it's drama. If you a girl under 18 in America, it's drama.
I mean, a young when you grown, I don't think that helped the community, man. I'm just keeping it real. There's some somebody like to say, once young girls are in high school and their bodies are developed a certain way.
Look worried about them. They weren't never the problem. What it is, we have mass media trying to shut down the voice of Corey Holcomb and the 5150 show, and of course, the bloggers who are envious of what we do are going to join in. Ever since TMZ has gave a one-sided version of what happened, it then got to the point where even a man like me, who I don't walk around living in fear, but I fear for my life now because I see what has been said about me, and they are desperate to bring me down because the word pedophile has been thrown in the mix. And let me tell you something, this is deep. I am no pedophile. I have never been accused of being a pedophile. I have never had charges of being a pedophile. This is something that's coming from the mass media, TMZ. Ever since they said what they said, I have been, they trying to get at me for real. Let me tell you something, what they do, because they did this to Michael Jackson, they did this to Martin Luther King, they did this to Malcolm X, they did this to so many people. When they ready to come get you, they assassinate your character so people don't look at you as a human being. They look at you as a villain. So they're using mass media now to come holler at your boy. This isn't little weak bloggers. Little weak bloggers have been talking crazy about me ever since I've been on air. But TMZ took a one-sided story of a woman who's addicted to drugs and quite dangerous. All right, the elephant in the room. I played those phone calls from the brother R. Kelly, and I feel good about letting my man get a chance to speak his mind and say what he have to say, because when I heard him speak and talk about things, I was like, yo, this is something that the people need to hear. I mean, most people have an open mind about it, but some people say what they want to say. But listen to me. We are in trouble as black people in America, as we have been since they kidnapped us and brought us out here. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. A lot of people had a misconception about what R. Kelly. A lot of people thought R. Kelly was in jail because of some that had to do with they caught him with this young girl or something. No, that's not what it was. Listen to what I'm telling you in America. This is why I wanted to talk to my brother, because I mean, first of all, when you locked up on some bogus, that make the time go even slower. They have some laws that are flat out bogus in this world that work for who they want it to work for and go against the people they don't want it to work for. What happened to that brother R. Kelly is bogus as hell. They don't have no evidence of this man doing the shit that a lot of us thought they had him arrested for. He's not in jail for that you think you know about. He in jail because crooked mother sent he was with off, used them as witnesses against him to lock him up for this called racketeering. I'm not here to justify nothing about what anybody did with their dick, because I'm here to tell you, if the world knew what I did with my dick, some people would hate me, but some people would make a Corey Holcomb trophy.
That's why I want everybody to write to the Department of Justice. I'm 50, Pennsylvania.
From my good brother R. Kelly, but I did what I had to do because I don't like when people get railroaded in jail. He gave an address. We're gonna post this address again. And when y'all write to the Department of Justice, who will, the people who will, and I hope it's a lot of you who will, you need to make sure you express the concerns of being an American citizen where you have laws that lock us up for nothing. And this is all an extortion to get that brother catalog. The music industry, man, for us, man, it's the way we make our big money. You know, when you are a famous music person, whether it be rap or whatever, this is how we get our money. But listen to me, man. If your catalog is worth something, something gonna happen to you. And you can do the research. I was talking to my homeboy today, Officer Ballington, about Sam Cooke. I didn't know all that stuff went down with Sam Cooke. I didn't know that.
First, that sounded like a bunch of noise. Second, that was very disingenuous. To compare what he put himself in with his own words, let alone R. Kelly's situation, with the black struggle, I found that very insulting and very disingenuous. And let's say they were after you. You brought it on yourself, my dude. You brought that on yourself. So get out of here with that crap. You brought that on yourself by talking in that way, in that manner, and calling them jokes, when that's probably how you really think and feel. And as for R. Kelly, the only thing I'll agree on is he shouldn't be the only one in jail. That's the only thing I'll agree on. The parents of some of those daughters should probably be investigated. And anyone that helped him do that stuff for all that time, they should be in jail too. That's the only thing I will agree on. That's the only thing I will agree on. But R. Kelly should not be in prison? No. Oh, well, they just want his record stuff. Well, let's say they were after all that. Who put him in position? Who did that? You chose to do that. You chose to do all that stuff. So you gave them the ammunition to put you in jail. And compare yourself to Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, or Michael Jackson. Malcolm really didn't start getting death threats until he started seeing his struggle and basically the racial struggle and Islam in a different way. Martin Luther King started waking up out of this I have a dream that they push on us every January, when in reality, he was starting to look at other ways to help the black community. And that's when he got in trouble, because he wasn't being the good little houseboy. And as for Michael Jackson, you notice all that stuff about him being a PDF file and all that didn't really start coming out. It didn't start coming out, which I still don't believe it, because to me there was never been any real hard evidence. But But you know, as that stuff didn't start coming out until he went against the record industry, started talking about Tommy Mottola and all that other stuff. And what's the irony is they now say, or some say, that MJ, Michael Jackson in this case, MJ may have been trying to protect his children from Jeffrey Epstein. Which, by the way, Corey Holcomb claiming, you know, his story is bigger than Epstein. Come on. Nobody in the mainstream media is talking about you like that. In fact, they probably don't even know who you are. I work at a local TV station. They don't even bring you up. I heard stuff on the Guthrie woman being missing, the Epstein files, something almost every day on President Trump. Another subject entirely. And a lot of other things. Heck, Normani and Nick Cannon are still trending topics over Corey Holcomb. Nobody cares about Corey. Even on the internet, even though I'm making videos and other people make videos, he ranks low on the totem pole as far as importance. Dude, you're not as important as you think. And going back to R. Kelly, what hurts me the most is you have a very talented, brilliant music maker, but he chooses this sick life. He chooses that to live. Brother. Well, no, I don't even call him brother. And one song in particular I hate even listening to, called Just Like That. Not the more popular one, but the one from the 12 Play album. Such a beautiful song, but knowing that a monster like that is the one that made it, look it up sometime, man. Such a beautiful piece of music, and I can barely listen to it anymore. Just knowing who it was. If I do listen to it, I gotta forget that it's even R. Kelly making it, and pretend it's somebody else or something, because that's the only way I can listen to it. And it used to be one of my favorite songs to relax to and everything. And it's not one of his sexual songs, by the way. But going back to this, when you sum it all up, don't no man 60 years old need to be cracking jokes about that. And everybody on that table, which props to Mr. Williams for having the guts to leave. But everybody on that table, from Darlene to that other Craig, I think is his name. I really don't care what his name was. But that guy, y'all both should be ashamed of yourselves for even staying there, listening to that, and practically endorsing that. So, hence why I put it under this label. I've had it for years. There's no other way to put it. The title of the series says pretty much what I think of this mess. And that's all.